So market cap at the moment for Sunstone is just above $20 million. We've got cash of over $2 million, plus we've got equities in a Swedish listed entity after we transacted on our Swedish copper project last year, which we can turn into cash for about another $700,000. Plus we have an equity position in that company that is under escrow until September this year, which is worth about $12 million. So it gives us an enterprise value at the moment of about $7 million, which is essentially saying the market is valuing our Ecuadorian porphyry project at $7 million. We certainly see a much more significant reflection of value than $7 million in the porphyry project. Management and directors have a lot of skin in the game. We've put our own cash into this. We've been buying on market and participating in placements, so we're completely aligned with shareholders. So very briefly about Ecuador, you would have heard some of this before, but it is very active. The government is doing a good job supporting mining. It is one of the best jurisdictions in South America, in my opinion, to explore at the moment. It's very underexplored, and the government wants people to come here and invest money. And so it's attracted BHP and Anglo American, Fortescue, Hancock, Newcrest. Newcrest have recently increased their investment into Lundin Gold, which is developing the Fruta del Norte deposit. So it's a very busy place. It's very active. Government is very supportive. It's a very good place to invest. In our case, at Bramedeiros in the south, we're located in an area that is supported by very good infrastructure. You can fly to an airport that's a bit over an hour's drive on a bitumen road away from the project. So very easy to get to. There's high capacity power. A great place to invest and look for porphyries. And importantly, Fruta del Norte, that's the first modern underground gold mine ever developed in Ecuador. It's just been opened. It's gone very successfully. So we would expect to see a bit of a momentum building now that that one's in production and delivering. Right, so we're here to talk about Bramedeiros. This is the big picture, a couple of geological maps. Basically, these diagrams tell us that we've got multiple targets. We've tested 2 of the porphyry targets. We've got mineralisation in both of them, and we've got ore grade intercepts in one of them. So the opportunity to deliver discovery here is very significant. And then the third one, Porotillo, which is the large red blob, if you like, on the right-hand side of that diagram. That's getting ready for testing. We've done some surface work. We've identified mineralisation. We're seeing some malachite at surface, in fact. So that's going to be drill tested this year as well. Pramodas Mine, this is where we've done most of the drilling. We've released results up to hole 3. Holes 4, 5 and 6 will probably be released in January. They did intersect some mineralisation. We'll wait to see what the assays have to say, but they will be released in January. And then hole 7, which is on the western side, well away from the other drilling, is in progress at the moment, and we are seeing some mineralisation in that hole as well. So with that hole, we've considerably expanded the exploration space and therefore considerably expanded the potential for the size of this system. This is an outcropping porphyry system, so we do know that it's mineralised and we can start to put some geometry around it. So in cross-section, this is just one of the cross-sections through here. One of the better historical holes, about 250 metres, running close to 0.6 gold, 0.15 copper. That's about a 0.85 gold equivalent. We're not allowed to announce gold equivalents because we haven't yet completed metallurgy, but we're doing metallurgy at the moment, so later in the year we'll be able to announce gold equivalents. But that's a pretty significant intersection for something that's outcropping and at surface. And then the other drilling is obviously adding some geometry to that. Now, just by comparison, you would have all seen Alkane Resources with the Boda discovery in New South Wales. Right? They delivered 500 metres at 0.48 gold, 0.2 copper. That added, at the peak, $200 million to their market capitalisation. It's since come back, but it added $100 million. So that's what the market is saying. A potential new discovery, I won't call it a new discovery, potential new discovery is worth. I go back to our enterprise value of about $7 million. We're severely discounted. So we'll start to get the message out, and we obviously hope that Alkane start to deliver some good results as well. They're drilling at the moment, and I think if the market supports porphyry exploration and supports porphyry discovery, it will help us all. And then the next area we're drilling LaVon, which is shown up there in the north, we've intersected copper and gold and moly that are clearly very close to a porphyry system. We've seen this in the other areas we've explored, and we're drilling a hole here at the moment. That hole will be finished towards the end of January, so you can expect in February to see some assay results coming out of LaVon. This table, a bit hard to read, but it's basically saying Bramedeiros Mine and Boda comparisons, what the market is reacting to. I've also thrown in here Cangray Hass, which is Lumina Gold, TSX listed company, market cap of about $220 million. They've got a resource, it's close to 1 billion tonnes, so it's very large, but it's at about 0.5 gold, 0.1 copper. So exactly the same grades that we're seeing at Bramedeiros in southern Ecuador. This Cangray Hass deposit is about 100 kilometres north of where we are. So we'll expect to see a number of these coming through from exploration in Ecuador over the next 12 months. So just what's ahead of us. As I said, assays during January for 3 holes out of Bramedeiros Mine. Complete hole LaVon during January with assays to follow in February. Commence drilling at Portillo, possibly in late February or March, and then working up those other targets that are part of the portfolio where we've got about half a dozen targets. The Viscaria sale, that's our Swedish asset that is putting some cash into the bank at the moment. We're selling some of those shares on market, so you'll expect to see our cash position increased as we sell some of those. And then, as I said, come September this year, we've got at this stage, $11 or $12 million worth of stock that we can turn into cash later in the year. And then we have a project in Finland that we're looking to joint venture. So that's the story for Sunstone. News flow over the next few months. We've got 2 rigs operating at the moment. That'll move to 1 rig as we consolidate results. And you can expect to see news flow in terms of assays from probably the 3rd week of January onwards.